glad to see that they incorporated it into so many pieces while staying creative. What's going on YouTube? Taylor Prentice back here with another video, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the Cookies Summer Collection. So it looks like they're going to be coming out with their second collection for the summer, and I've already covered part of the first collection in one of my earlier videos, so if you haven't watched that, go watch it. The pieces that I went over in this video I've excluded from this video, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about the rest of the stuff in the collection, and there's a lot of it. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and get right on into it. The first thing we have here are these Cookies monogram slides. I think these are pretty cool, and they come in at a really reasonable price. $44 is really solid. If you were to get these from like Gucci, you pay like $300, and even like Coach is upwards of like $200, I would imagine. So yeah, there's a lot of brands that charge a lot higher than this for the same quality, and I think the design on these is pretty cool. I really like the Cookies blue ones, and then I like the red ones. I think the red ones are probably my favorite. The black ones, it's a little bit harder to tell what's going on, so those ones aren't my favorite, but yeah, I thought these were a really solid piece. And then we've got some more slides coming in at $44, and these come in a black and a white, but this is just that like traditional Cookies logo with just a little flair. They've changed up the colors of some of the letters. I like this mint logo that they call it. But yeah, I really like this logo, and I think on slides it works really well. Next, getting into the t-shirts, we've got the Pure Fire tee. So it just says top shelf, so definitely reminiscent of some like old like Papers artwork or just old Smoke style type of stuff. So I thought this was a pretty classic logo. I'm kind of indifferent on this piece. I don't really feel strongly either way. Not something that I would really want to have, but not something that I think is a bad piece either. I think it's a solid design, and definitely could see it appealing to like an older generation. Next, we've got the Rec Card tee. So this is kind of funny. It's just a Rec Card with like a faceless ID logo, but just says Cookies on it. I thought this was a cool idea. Definitely fits the theme of Cookies. I wish they made it a little bit bigger, but at the same time I kind of do like that it's a little bit smaller, and how it's like kind of tilted, it looks like. I feel like it kind of adds some to the image, whereas if it was just like almost like a box logo, I don't think it would be as cool. So yeah, the little subtle details on that one are really what makes that t-shirt for me. Then we've got the Baked Chicken tee. I'm not really a fan of this one. The art style on this one, I just wasn't really feeling. Next, we have the Loungin' tee, which is a similar art style to the last tee, kinda. So yeah, I'm not really like feeling these pieces. I don't know. I like the beach vibes and everything. This one's definitely better than the last one, but at the same time, I don't really love it either. Then we've got Joint in the Hand Beats an Eighth in the Store tee. That's a really long name for this t-shirt, but as you guys can tell, it's got a little dude like holding a doobie with just some smoke coming up behind the logo. I don't really love the color that they went with for like the smoke or the Cookies logo itself. I like the design on this. I feel like the colors just could have been a little bit better. Then we've got the Magic Medicine tee. This one's pretty cool in my opinion. The font and everything gives you like very retro vibes, but I just really like the design of this t-shirt. It's a nice full filling like logo. It takes up the whole shirt, and it's not like just a big square rectangle, so I always appreciate shirts like that. And this is on the back, so on the front we've got like the same little magic guy just doing some stuff over Cookies like classic C logo. And yeah, I thought this was just a really cool t-shirt. This is one I could see myself wearing. I actually really like this blue one here. But yeah, this green and black one's really cool too. Next, we've got the Surfer Babe tee. Again, for some reason, the like beach themed ones, I was just not feeling. The art style just, I don't know, it's like too cartoony almost for me. But yeah, I like the idea of like having a girl like in front of the logo. I think that's pretty cool, and then like reinforcing the logo on the surfboard. So yeah, not terrible, but again, just that art style was not really doing it for me in this collection. Then we have the Trippy Butterfly tee, and this one is kind of like hard to tell what's going on. I don't think I would have really noticed that that was a butterfly unless I read that it was a butterfly, but I do like the logo once you know what it is, and I like the color choices that they made. I think the white probably looks the best. The black one's pretty clean too. The yellow one, not bad. I feel like that like pastel kind of washed out color fits the like colors on the t-shirt. Next, we've got Smell the Flowers tee. I don't know if this is a reference to something or like what this is from, but I would imagine it is some sort of reference, and I'm not sure why the O is blue or like the color of the bear, so maybe that has some significance to this image, but not knowing what this is referencing or if it is a reference, I don't really like this t-shirt. Then we've got the Always Greener tee. This one I think is pretty cool. It definitely reminds me of like a 90s t-shirt or like early 2000s type of vibe, just with like the earth and like the red text underneath it. I think this one's really cool. Definitely one of the pieces I like more. I would have to get the black one. I feel like the black one is by far the coolest. Then we've got a cookies donut design. This one's pretty cool. Not like anything too crazy. You've definitely seen other brands do t-shirts like this. Makes me think of The Simpsons. Pretty much anytime I see a donut with like pink frosting, I just automatically think of The Simpsons. So yeah, if you're a big Simpsons fan, this might fit you, but yeah, I don't know, nothing too crazy here. Then we've got Trees Are Definitely Us. So this is obviously like Toys R Us kind of spin-off. I thought this was a cool idea, but I'm not sure I would get the reference just by looking at the image. It is kind of hard to tell without having the name there, so seeing the name of the t-shirt definitely influences me a little into liking it more, I think. But overall, it's not a bad design, and if I looked at it for long enough, I'm sure I would understand it. You've obviously got like the rotating colors like Toys R Us does, and then they've got the parentheses around the O like Toys R Us has. So yeah, makes sense. Next we have a Saved by the Buds tee, and this is obviously a spin-off of a Saved by the Bell logo. So that was a show in the 90s if you guys aren't familiar, but anyways, I think this logo is pretty classic. It definitely is a good idea for them. Saved by the Buds is a motto that I think a lot of people can get behind, and it's just like a super well-known logo that they put their spin on, which is always a cool thing to see. And then they've got that little doobie down below. And then we've got the original mint palm tees. So I really like these. These are really cool. I've kind of always liked images where the like text is masking an image, and yeah, I thought this one was really clean. I think the way that they like incorporated that one tree where it comes like out of the text and the rest of it stays in the text is really cool. It adds like some dimension to it. But yeah, I thought this graphic was pretty awesome. Like this is something in middle school or high school I would have copped automatically if I saw it. Next we have the Sea Fire tee. To be honest, I'm not really sure how I feel about this one. I don't think it's bad, but at the same time, I don't really like it. Kind of makes me think of like a Bombay logo. Like, I'm not really sure why. Maybe it's just like the colors or something. But yeah, not a huge fan of this one. Then we have the Fresh Cookies of Everywhere. So this is obviously a Fresh Prince spinoff too, which is another cool thing to see, just like them kind of referencing 90s pop culture and kind of adding this. Yeah, I thought this one was pretty cool. I'm not sure if I would even notice if this was like a cookie shirt. I would just see it probably and assume it was just a Fresh Prince shirt just because of the logo. Then we have the Original Mint Color Process tee. So this one's pretty cool. You've got like that like embossed almost look with the logo that they've done here, and then they've got like the colors all over to kind of give it that dimension, make it look like it's almost metallic or whatever. I have seen shirts like these where I think the execution of the image was a little better, so I don't know. I think it was a cool idea, but I think they could have nailed the look of that logo a little bit better, if that makes sense. And then I wanted to just talk about these all at the same time because they're so similar, and I've got a lot of pieces to get through in this video. It's gonna be a really long one. So here we've got the Lanai bucket hat, and then we've got the Lanai dad hat, the trucker hat, and the snapback. So as you guys can tell, they've all got that same like type of style and imagery on them. So yeah, if you like that style, you're gonna like these hats. It just depends on the silhouette for you guys. But first we have a bucket hat, and I'm kind of like indifferent on bucket hats. I don't really wear them ever, but I do think they look cool, and I like this design on them. Definitely gives beach vibes. But to be honest, this one next to it I like a lot more. This one is definitely my favorite, the dad hat. I really like that like creamy undertone that they went with, and for the logo, I wish they would have done that on these other hats that have the white in them. I think that makes the colors pop a lot more and just flows a lot better, and I feel like the lack of like seeing sea logos actually makes this piece a little bit cooler. And then we've got the trucker hat, and for some reason their trucker hats look a little awkward to me, just like the structure of them. So I'm curious to see, like, if any of you guys own them, let me know what you guys think about them. But for some reason, the structure just looks a little odd to me on those. And then we've got the snapback hat, and I like the different color brim and everything, but I just wouldn't really wear like a snapback like that. It's not really my style, but at the same time, I don't think that's like a bad hat. And then for the next 3 t-shirts, we've actually got very similar t-shirts, so if it looks like we're just looking at the same stuff over and over again, the thing that's changing here is what's inside the image. So again, we have one of those shirts where an image is being masked out by the text, and this is like that Lemme style, so it's going to be very similar to like the last images we looked at, like in terms of design within the image. So yeah, I thought these were cool. I think pretty much all 3 of these different ones are cool. I think the first one is my favorite, to be honest, but I think the third one's really cool. Second one I think is probably the weakest, but really it's all personal preference. None of them are bad. I think it was a great idea. I think that design really looks cool and pretty much everything that they put it on, so I'm glad to see that they incorporated it into so many pieces while staying creative. And I actually talked about these in my last video, but I hadn't seen this like darker colorway. I did touch on this colorway, or this colorway actually, but I hadn't seen these either. I like these like orange tint ones, similar to that hat, the dad hat. I think these ones are like really cool. I think that like creamy orange undertone, like creamsicle colorway, kind of makes everything else pop more. And I think these darker ones are pretty clean too, to be honest. So yeah, I actually really like these. I kind of need a pair of swimming trunks, so might have to pick these up. Then we've got some cargo shorts. To be honest, I don't really love these. I like that they have like the small accents and stuff to kind of bring out the design, so it's not like just overwhelming, but I don't really like the pockets and everything going on. I feel like it's just kind of awkward. I feel like the shorts, like, they look really long. Maybe that's my issue. I feel like if I were to get even like a small, I feel like they would go past my knees. So I think that's maybe my biggest issue. If they were like condensed and made a little bit shorter, I feel like maybe I would like these. Then we've got some all over print drawstring shorts, and these ones are all right. I like this colorway, similar to like the dad hat and the board shorts, but I was not really feeling that first colorway. I think it's just, I don't know, it doesn't look as pleasant as the second one. And the white one, they're alright, but I feel like they just don't look as cool as these ones. Then we've got an all over print shirt. So I typically like all over print like pants and shorts. I feel like you can be a lot louder with shorts. For some reason I feel like I'm always a little bit tamer with shirts, but yeah, same vibes with these. I like the orange cream one the best. I think that's just going to be the vibe throughout the rest of this collection for all of these pieces that incorporate this design. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Is one of these like colorways better for you? I think the t-shirt for this one actually looks pretty solid. I think the black neck looks a little bit weird, but I'm not really sure what else they would have done there. So, and then next we have the Lemme short sleeve knit. So as you guys can see here, it's got some artwork in the background with the Cookies logo embroidered on top of it. It's awesome that they have like the knit going on and then the embroidery on top of it. I'm not really like too big of a fan of the design of these shirts. I think the artwork looks cool, and I think the logo looks pretty cool, but just like how they've incorporated the artwork into the shirt feels kind of awkward to me. Then we've got the Lemme polo. So this is that same artwork, just in polo form. I think the polo is actually pretty sick. This is definitely something I could see myself wearing on like spring break. Then we've got some more cargo shorts. These are just a different material. So I think this material lends itself a little bit better to this style of shorts, but at the same time, similar issues to what I said earlier with just the silhouette of the shorts. I feel like they look really long, and as someone who's a short guy, gotta have those shorter shorts. Look a little bit goofy when I'm wearing long shorts like that. And then we've got a poplin short sleeve button down. This one's a little bit better than the shorts, I think, in terms of like pockets going on and everything. And like I said with the shorts, I do like the little details of the artwork that they slipped in there, but at the same time, I feel like things just look kind of awkward and purposeless. Like the zipper feels really out of place, and then just like the double pockets with the alternating, like one side has the top of the pocket colored in, and the other side has the bottom. I don't know, it's just kind of throwing me off. And then we got bucket hats. I think these are pretty classic. If you like want a cookies piece that kind of screams cookies, this is a good piece for you to get. I feel like, I'm not sure what the 83 means. I'm curious to see if that has like any sort of reference. That might be the year Burner was born or something. It is the year Burner was born. I had to look it up. So that's cool. But yeah, I don't know, I like these. These are pretty simple, but kind of hit it on the mark. They've got the little cookies logos striping like across it, and I think that was like a cool touch. And then the classic cookies logo, and I think the colorways on this blue and like orange and red one are really cool and really nostalgic. Then we've got a 5-panel hat. Not a big fan of 5-panel hats, but I do like the design on these. I like the racing stripe kind of going down the middle, and then the cookies logo on front. Then we've got the 83 on the side again. So yeah, I like the design, just not really the silhouette of the hat. Then we've got a trucker hat, and like I was saying earlier, for some reason the structure just looks really funny. Maybe I need to see these like on somebody's head or somebody wearing them, but I like the design of this. I like that embroidery like on the lid, and it looks like the like front panel and the bill are really nice material. So yeah, I'm curious if I see any of these in person. I'm definitely gonna have to pick one up just to see how they feel and how they like look on the head. Then we've got the putting in work snapback, which is really similar to the bucket hat we just looked at. I feel like this design worked better on a bucket hat, but at the same time I don't think it's bad. It gives you that striped baseball look, but it is just the cookies logo, which I think was a cool touch. Then we've got the putting in work logo tee. So like I've said, I really like this like putting in work logo. It's just cool. It's very nostalgic, and it's simple but super clean and effective. And then we've got the putting in work basketball jersey. So I'm not really one to wear a basketball jersey, but I don't think this one's bad. I like how they've got the like line going across that meets up with the putting in work C logo, and yeah, I just really like that logo in general. And then the back here, it says cookies kind of above like where a name would be, or almost like a team sponsor is what it kind of reminds me of. And then the 83 again for Burner's year of birth. So yeah, cool touches. Not something that I can see myself wearing, but I feel like they did a good job with the colorways. We've got some like Nuggets colorways, some like Trailblazers, some like throwback Warriors, and then I don't know who that would be like. And then we got football jerseys, same style of the putting in work. So we've got the little C logo there too. We got the cookies up by there where like the team sponsor would be like a Reebok or whatever. And then 83 again for the number. And then on the back of these, very similar to the basketball jerseys, just the big number with the small cookies font logo above it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really like a big jersey wearer, and I feel like if I was gonna get a jersey, I would probably get like a real jersey of someone that like I really liked. But if you're someone who's really into sports and everything, these are cool pieces for you. And I feel like the designs are pretty solid. I do think the basketball one was a little bit more interesting than the football one, but that's just my opinion. And then we've got the put in work hooded baseball jersey. So I thought a hooded baseball jersey is kind of an interesting thing. I don't know how I feel about that, but like I said, I'm not like a big jersey wearer, especially baseball, because I don't watch any baseball. So this is a piece where I'd actually probably be more likely to get it from a brand like Cookies, because I don't know any baseball players. So there's that. But I do wish they kind of had something on the back. I feel like the back looks a little bit plain, but the front I feel like is solid. If you like the putting in work style, you're gonna like these. I like the number underneath the logo, and I like how all the jerseys and stuff that they did were all different enough. Like you could tell they are from the same collection, you could tell they're made by the same influences and people, but at the same time they're all refreshing designs and weren't like exact copies, just put on different styles of jerseys. And oh, this was for another video. So yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to this point, let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know what pieces are your favorite. And yeah, this was a super long video, so if you made it all the way through, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And if you could hit that like and subscribe, it definitely helps the channel, and I would really appreciate it. So yeah, we will see you next time. Have a good one.